It's Judy, Japan, and Jonesy bringing you the recipe for one good ass brunch time. Some of the hottest topics, a pinch of good vibes and humor, a handful of raw and uncut opinions, and a whole lot of passion. Be sure to tune in every Wednesday on Facebook Live, and on Fridays you can catch the podcast version on all podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. This episode of Brunch Time is sponsored by Queen's First Accessories. Be sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram at Queen's First Frame, and that's KWEENS First Frame. And their website is www.queensfirst, and that's KWENS1ST.com. Hey, Jonesy, what do you got for us today?
All right, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Jonesy, and we are back again for another episode of Brunch Time. Today on our menus, we're still in quarantine. We still have our quarantine specials. Somebody thought of the bright idea to do something with buns, so we got buns on the menu.
Somebody.
For
buns.
For our hot topics, we're going to talk about Doja Cat, a.k.a. Auntie Ruckus. And with all this racism going on, can we just throw 2020 away? Central Park Karen, hashtag Karen, hashtag Auntie Ruckus, hashtag 2020 Wild. Let's jump into the food. So I'll go ahead and present mine because my lovely lady is going to get me over the kid. I can't even take credit for this. I've been eating on the chips, so don't even trip. It's like a little sloppy Joe. She made her little spin on it with the turkey, and she made her sauce from scratch. She hit me up with the sangria. Like how I put that little glee. See how I rolled the R?
Go to bed.
And then, got a little sangria with the J bottle topper. Come on now. If you don't got the J bottle topper, what is you really doing in 2020?
I would never want a J bottle topper.
The J is cool.
No need for me to ever get a J bottle topper.
Your last name don't start with J.
I got a T though. Don't get it twisted, Jonesy. I got one. I got a bottle topper right in there with a T.
Everybody needs a J.
So Judy, Japan, what's going on? What y'all got over there?
Listen, I have. I had the Big Mouth Burger Bites from Chili's and some what is that? Honey Chipotle Chicken Crispers. Listen, I was about to order Hooters, but they play the game with these prices. Like, meat has gone up. Like, everything. I'm just like, okay, can't do this. Can't deal. What you got down there? Well, me and Japan is having brunch at the same place. We chilling together like we always do. We ride or dies. I'm your
Hey Japan, try to reconnect your audio.
I'm with you now. I got you. What's good, world? This is with Japan, represent all the gays across the land. We got a little bit of DL, Trey, Trish, and let's not forget all about our fish. So I'm bringing you dinner from Brahms. I got a double quarter pounder. Oh, there we go.
You was hungry.
Yes, I'm real hungry today. And then I just have some regular box wine. Nothing too special. So yeah, that's what I'm sipping on. So Brahms, and then also I have a cherry limeade. I don't really drink soda like that, but I kind of like the cherry limeade. So this is a waste of money. It's kind of nasty. But
you
yeah,
gotta get it made with Sprite.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, but it's so much sugar I can taste it on my teeth. It's just too much. But yeah, that's what I'm eating. Tap, what you over there chowing down on? Killing it. Okay.
I'm hungry. I'm actually eating some taco soup I made today, but I didn't have any black beans, so I substituted with just like some normal brown beans, and it's all right. Hey, but I actually got a quick question. Out of Japan and Jonesy, who can eat the most?
Come on, man.
Japan.
Yes.
Now y'all disrespectful.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna put my money on Japan.
Dang.
Y'all just
Jonesy have not really been out to eat with me like that.
You have not been to Texas with us, I promise you. You have not been to Texas with us. When I tell you this child chows down, he chows down, okay?
Y'all trying to set me up because y'all know I'm
Y'all
coming.
should have to eat off.
You
Man.
sound real good.
First of all, it's an eating contest, not an eat off.
I call it a
Sounds gay.
Yeah. I would say that for the after hours, but I got a comment.
I would say, don't make me call the cops.
But
Can't even joke like that anymore.
speaking of food, my girl threw down on these sloppy joes with the brioche bun or whatever kind of bun this is. It's slapping. It's fire. I ain't even gonna lie.
So are you saying that to divert from Japan
Well, I would say so. Back on
Right.
getting off in
I'm
that?
definitely winning that. Jonesy can eat, but he can eat like one times a day, one big meal. I eat all day long. All day long.
Listen, bro.
All right, Jonesy, there it go. There it goes, Jonesy.
Japan never gets full.
Ever.
There it goes,
Yeah.
Jonesy. You need to show him up.
You see him eat them 6 eggs.
He did mark the 6 eggs.
With no, and I eat, but I eat
And
6
some
to 8
cereal.
eggs normally. 6 to 8 eggs is normal, baby.
That's a lot.
That's lightweight.
In chat, I want to hear it. Who y'all think will win in a what do you want to call it? Eat off?
Oh,
Come on, man. They know what time it
The
is.
brunch time eat off.
Who y'all
Who
put your
will
money on?
Jonesy or Japan?
I'm winning every avenue, okay? I'm winning. That's just
Now
that.
you just
Listen,
capping.
that's all we do. You hear me?
Take off that do-rag, bro, because you capping.
Did y'all see we supposed to be
Don't
Virgos now?
disrespect me.
Chat saying Japan will win hands down.
Japan will win. Japan
Y'all
got this
tripping.
easily. They know
Easily.
Japan.
They know what's up. Definitely.
Yeah, multiple people said
Don't let
Japan
that
got
fly through
you
you,
down. Now I will say this. I have seen Jonesy eat, and it scared me. Like it made me. I had to go home, look in the mirror, reevaluate things, and like
He just be eating like Cookie Monster.
he does.
He don't really be eating everything. Just like
Nah, he was like his stuff was cleaned up. His stuff was cleaned up, and I just like I had to call him out, and I felt like I wasn't trying to disrespect you. I was like, "You still hungry, dog?" Like I was like, "No, I ain't never going out to eat with you again." Man, you got me at the park for business.
Okay.
I'm not sure what.
But I don't know. We're going to have to get something like, we're going to have to do something. Like, Jonesy, what's your favorite thing to eat?
Then Jonesy lose, you gotta cut your hair.
I can't
For
say that
free.
on air.
Listen,
I
listen,
can't say that
We
on
can have a
air.
competition on that. too. I'm cool.
listen.
Nah,
Say that later.
I don't know, sushi.
Sushi. We gonna be sick.
Yeah, what's something else? Hamburgers. I love hamburgers.
We're going to get colon cancer. What's next?
Y'all can do the little burgers like these, the bites, sliders.
Chicken strips. I don't know. Maybe like a
chicken
certain
strips.
of a steak. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Topic.
If anybody got any idea in chat, let us know. What do you guys think Jonesy in Japan should eat during they eat off?
Listen, I think it should be hot dogs.
Hey, man.
Bye. I don't eat hot
They
dogs.
really tripping in the chat talking about Japan can eat more than me.
Listen, I wish I
What
could
y'all
see the chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Just know I love y'all for real. Okay.
We all love y'all.
Dixon talking
But
about mac and cheese. Heck no, I ain't eating no mac and cheese contest. What?
Listen,
Yeah.
I know.
I'll die. Or potatoes. I can do potatoes.
I can do potatoes. I like
I can do
potatoes.
potatoes.
What kind of potatoes?
But
London mashed potatoes?
yeah, I can do that. But let's jump into this first topic. What's
Why you
going on
talking
with
about
those?
sides?
What'd you say?
Keith is only just yelling outside. Like, where's the meat?
Jennifer said hot dogs.
Ribs, yes.
You have ribs?
Oh,
If
yeah,
y'all like
we do a
chicken
rib
legs,
contest.
That's gonna be expensive. I was thinking about
No,
something
then y'all can just do chicken.
Yeah,
Everybody's
okay.
doing chicken.
chicken wings.
Yep.
Who cooking?
I don't know. My girl said she'll cook.
There you go. Shout out to you, Gemini sister.
Listen.
Happy early birthday to you.
Right, where you been at?
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this first topic with Doja Cat. AKA Uncle Auntie Ruckus, because she wild. You know what I'm saying? She gave an apology. If y'all don't know who Doja Cat is, she is a Billboard charting music artist. She raps, she sings, and currently she has a track #2.
Does she really rap?
Yeah, she go hard. I ain't gonna lie. You know
Can she sing? That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, she ain't all of that.
Come on, man. Don't be hating on
Speaking on her bumper because he feel like her videos are nice because of
she's
her body. But she not all that.
Ooh.
Whoa, yo, you wildin', fam.
She came to pod.
I'm just
Hey, Doja Rat go hard. I honestly, I don't even know what to call Doja Rat because
She didn't rat on nobody.
Throughout my investigation, throughout like all the research that I was doing on her, I didn't find anything. I didn't find all the things that they said she did. They said she hates, you know what I'm saying, half of her heritage, which is, you know, the black side of her heritage. She hates her hair because she can't, you know, manage her horsey hair. And then she's also been known to be inside of like racist chats where she kind of bashes herself, basically. You know what I'm saying? Says the N-word for their pleasure, things like that. And so, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of...
She needs to be canceled. She done.
Does she really need to be canceled? I have a heart.
Listen, hold up. You had me. I was like, okay, you know, I got a couple of people in my family that I really don't care for, and I'm still black. Then, what was the other one? When growing up, I used to always tell my mama, I wish you had sex with a white man. Why? Because I can't put my hair in a ponytail. My arms are tired. I'm out of breath. I'm, ticked off. Should have had sex with a white man. I would have had better hair and would have been fine. But now I love my hair. But the racist chat stuff, like, girl, get out of here.
And she over here playing monkey.
Right.
So, I'm gonna tell you, all that, you can cancel her real quick.
Right. And I'm just gonna go I'm gonna start from the top, you know, from my perspective. I'm gonna give it raw and uncut. For me, it's a no. She needs to be canceled.
Just don't cuss.
Okay. It's a no. She needs to be canceled at the end of the day. She's not that talented, in my opinion, at all.
Great.
She is somebody who she started off by being a troll. She got her stardom on YouTube by doing a cow song. Cow goes blue, yellow cow. So a label saw something and then they marketed her and then they started, you know, feeding her things to where now she's successful. So one thing that I look at people is your talent actually real talent that you work for, or do you have a label pushed behind you? And she's one of those girls who has a label pushed behind her and her talents aren't just pure and raw. So that's red flag number one. But I researched her before even like getting into the whole racial thing at the end of the day.
Go ahead and get serious. Keep moving them hands back and forth. Get serious, Japan.
The second thing is, I'm huge into female rap and female artistry. Like, that's my thing. That's my jig at the end of the day. And most of the new girls, when they come in order for them to properly come in, you know, they have to pay homage at the end of the day. Whether it be to Nicki, whether it be to Kim, whether it be to whoever is your female influence at the end of the day. And when you show love and you pay homage to people, you can tell when somebody is just doing it just to do it at the end of the day. And then you can tell when somebody is doing it off of BS and it's not legitimate and it's not really coming from like a positive place, or their PR created something for them to do this at the end of the day. So when she first came out and she was paying homage to some of the female artists and female rappers, I noticed that there was like a fake side of her, if that notices. Like, there's a piece of her that is not legitimate within the black community and the black hip hop world at the end of the day. And that was a red flag for me right there. So I gave her 2 strikes already before any of this even happened, if that makes sense. So then she got the #1 with Nicki because I love Nicki. So then boom, that kind of turned me on to the song. It turned me on to her. I started doing a little bit more research. And then boom, now we're fast forwarding like with the racist thing. So my whole thing is, I think that she should be canceled simply because I believe that she legitimately is racist. my whole thing is kind of like I believe it was Lisa Ray was saying. When you're in these racist chat rooms, this isn't something that is easy to find. This is stuff that you have to be a part of certain groups. You understand what I'm saying? They have to put you in. I'm sure they have to make sure that you have certain requirements, certain viewpoints of them. And she's really comfortable, with saying those type of things at the end of the day. So I think that what we're dealing with is somebody who wants to use the Black culture, for stardom and for success. At the end of the day, prime example as to why she got with somebody who she really didn't like to help her with the number one, especially a Black woman on top of that. And majority of the music buying in the hip hop community, of course, comes from Black people. So I think that we have been victim of yet again another Caucasian utilizing the Black hip hop community for money and for stardom and for a little bit of clouds, and she thinks that an apology is supposed to blow over. I think that the apology was all over the place, like a scatterbrain. It wasn't even like a concise, on point apology, and she didn't even let us know that she fully understand what she did was wrong at the end of the day. So that's my viewpoint on it. Cancel Doja Cat. She's done at the end of the day, just based off of her racism and just based off of her as a person. She's just not like a real legitimate person on the interview that I can pick up from her. Not that I, personally know her. But that's Japan's view on it. Cancel Doja Cat. She's done. She definitely won't be in any of my playlists. She definitely will not be one of the female music ladies that I listen to going forward. And it's like poppy and stuff at the end of the day. So she's not even a rapper. So it's like next case, Rico Nasty's up next. We're replacing her.
I rock with Rico Nasty, but her and Rico Nasty have to go together, and it goes dead.
It goes amazing, and at the end of the day, also
that's a mirror.
You hear me? So yeah, Doja's done. So she's done in my book.
I mean, honestly, my viewpoint on Doja is that I think she probably didn't grow up in a area where it was like, where she had money. I think she dealt with a lot of probably trash, broke ninjas, who probably skewed her view on Black men or something like that. That's how I think, that's
Are you for real, dude?
So it makes it okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Told y'all she had a nice body and her videos were nice.
She made that song called Didn't Do Nothing or whatever that she made back in the day. She said that basically it was from all the dudes that she dealt with that hurt her.
I'm going to need facts to see what type of environment she grew up on before I give her that type pass.
Nah, she didn't grow up. She didn't grow up.
She was in that environment. That doesn't excuse you to pass judgment on everybody else or an entire race. Just because
but you're still being racist in a group.
But what I'm saying is that, some people deal with certain things to where, it's like Black dudes that be like, oh, I only date white hoes.
They're gay. But go ahead.
What? Come again?
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh, snap.
I got a cousin, and he ain't even in the chat today, but my cousin Sunday, he's an advocate for white women. White women do this, white women do that. And I can't change his view because of the hand he's been dealt, I guess, with the Black women he decided to deal with. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like...
Yeah, but at the same time, that's like you, granted, that's a preference, but that don't mean I have to go in front of a group of white girls and just say how bad Black girls are and trash them.
Oh, yeah, that's trash.
They read a whole song about it.
Yeah, especially, you know what I'm saying? In the Black man, we're already, have a issue. And to hear someone talking to the people that we feel like is oppressing us and playing monkey with it, or like you said, Auntie Ruckus, that's foul.
Ruckus.
That's foul.
Yeah, you're right.
She could just be like, just white people, or white man are my preference. Cool, that's your thing. But to make fun of your own race around white people, I rather she at least did that against Mexicans. She did it with the essays.
Because she hates herself at the end of the day, and she thinks that, and a lot of Black people have this problem, so where they think that downing other Black people around white people is going to make them be put on a pedestal, but in all actuality, they're like, well, and you're on the same level as them at the end of the day. So it's like no matter what you do, honey, no matter what you say, no matter how much bleaching cream that you do, how much you lack going into the sun, honey, how much you straighten and press that hair, you cannot change those genes, you cannot change that body, and you cannot change who you actually are at the end of the day. But for me, honey, you're canceled. And then I just think, again, Jonesy, just tagging on to what you're saying, at the end of the day, I can understand that certain influences make you go away, from people, if that makes sense. But that does not necessarily make your viewpoint change about a general race. You can have a sexual preference, you can have a relationship preference, but at the end of the day, what about the people who you're not sexual with? What about the people who you're not dating at the end of the day? We're still a general race at the end of the day. So it's like, don't speak on the race as a whole. Just say that you have a preference based off of domestic violence, based off of this situation or this scenario. And as a woman who has a platform, the money that she does, if that is something that you went through, you have the power and the platform to make a change and to be an advocate for that. As to why if something like this came out, it would be more understanding because you're presently doing something against that or to help that or to give back to your situation. But I just think she's a young girl who got caught up in something at the end of the day. And she's just hoping that it's going to blow over, and we really need to put some action behind it and really cancel her. And
have y'all heard her apology videos?
Yeah,
or whatever you call
it. Trash.
It's pretty erratic.
Everywhere. You up getting your charger. Like, where's your PR lady? Come on.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to jump into a quick break. But remember, this episode of Brunch Time is sponsored by Queen's First Accessories. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook at Queen's First Accessories.
And their website at www.queensfirst.com.
Oklahoma Humanities Brainbox podcast uses the humanities to take listeners on a deep dive into the issues affecting American society and culture. Join some of Oklahoma's most interesting and knowledgeable humanities scholars to explore how history, literature, ethics, philosophy, and other humanities fields inform our understanding of current events and the human experience. And to find the Brainbox podcast, simply search Brainbox Podcast on iTunes, Podbean, Google Play, and any other podcasting library. If you have any ideas or comments rattling around in your noggin, email us at brainbox@okhumanities.org.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jonesy, and we are back again, ready to jump into our second topic. Now, this topic is going to go a lot of different ways, but we're going to go ahead and just ease on in there, ease on down that yellow brick road and talk about Central Park Karen, where she almost choked her dog out. And that got more reaction than the fact that she tried to get my man's killed. What's his name? Christian Cooper.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Her name was Amy Cooper. What a coincidence. But
so let me play this video real quick.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's look at the video.
This video has gone viral, and you're about to see why. In a part of Central Park known as the Ramble, this woman called New York police on a man who asked her to obey the posted signs and keep her dog on a leash.
Ma'am, dogs in the Ramble have to be leashed at all times. And she was actually standing right next to the sign that says dogs in the Ramble have to be leashed at all times.
The Ramble is a wildlife habitat popular with bird watchers like Chris Cooper. Dogs disturb the bird, which is why he was asking her to follow the rules. She refused.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone out.
Please don't come close to me.
And I'm taking pictures of the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
My thinking was, I can sort of capitulate to this racial intimidation, or I can just do what I'm doing and continue recording.
He kept recording and captured this.
There is an African-American man in Central Park. He is recording me and threatening myself and my dog. I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm threatened by a man in the Ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
Her false report to 911 didn't get the response she was hoping for. Chris Cooper's sister uploaded the video. Someone identified the woman as Amy Cooper, vice president of Franklin Templeton. The company issued this statement tonight on Twitter, saying they do not condone racism of any kind, and their employee has been put on administrative leave.
All right, Jonesy, you can bring it back.
All right. So first and foremost, Karen got fired.
Gots to be more careful.
And her dog got taken away. Like, that's crazy. The animal adoption center that reached out to her was like, give us back our dog. So she returned the dog after she choked him out. But what's sad is that honestly got more reaction than the fact that she called the police on a black man and claimed that he was threatening her life.
She should go.
And we all know someone chimed in with the guy that just lost his life with the knee in his neck. What's his name? Oh, mess it up. Floyd. George Floyd. Well, anyway, we know how interactions go when it comes to police, and she really tried to set my man's up. Like, I'm gonna call the cops on you. And when she called, hey, it's a black man and it's an African American. He's threatening me and my dog. All he did was ask her to put a leash on that mutt. That's it. You're in Central Park. It's a leash law. Put a leash on your mutt, man. I'm out here bird watching. And so, I mean,
and he a for real bird watcher. Like,
yeah, he a for real bird watcher. Like, he an advocate.
Yeah.
And really looking at him, there was nothing threatening about that man at all.
Except for the color of his skin.
Except for the color of his skin. That's sad that we in these days, man. I mean, here we are in, what is it, at the end of May, we're almost in June. I feel like every episode we didn't talk about racism. I don't want to talk about it no more. I really don't. I wish we could get past this, but this is what it is. It's in our face every single day. So, what are your thoughts, Japan and Judy? What y'all think about the situation?
I mean, I really feel like that's just really messed up. Like, people are losing their lives every day, and you see police brutality everywhere, whether it's black on black crime, and it's just so many black men out here just losing their lives. And for you to just say, like, I'm just to call the cops, and you call them and make it seem like, low-key like you being attacked by this man, or you're about to get attacked by this man, so they can come and shoot him up. Just like the guy that was in the truck. It's been multiple people. Like, y'all just be calling the cops on them for what? For what? Like, does it bother you that much that you have to call the police? Like, they're coming to kill. They're gonna kill. Shoot first, ask questions second. And why would you want to set somebody up like that? Like, you don't see us calling the cops because y'all just out here doing just whatever. Being nosy neighbors.
As of now.
Kicking on cars. When Crosswalk Karen was out there kicking on that car, nobody called the cops on her.
Right.
They should have.
Very good.
We got all these white people shooting up movie theaters, shooting up malls, shooting up restaurants, schools. Like, nobody called the cops on him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and my girl's in the back, she chiming in, she's saying that what Amy Cooper did should be considered a hate crime.
And then I feel like every time
police,
somebody does something, they should lose their job.
You call the police with the intention of harm coming to this man from him simply telling you.
And you're falsifying information. You're falsifying information.
And
I can't remember which state it was, but I don't know if the bill got passed or not. But I do know that there was a couple of states. Yeah, there was a couple of states that was mentioning,
making that a crime.
Yeah, making that a crime.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to chime in and say. That pretty much, I think that this kind of goes back to where it's super important on what I was saying, just as in the Black community, to get out there and vote and get out there and be a part of the community, because laws like this do come up. They're like smaller laws within bigger bills. So that's why it's super important to be well versed on what's going around your state, because stuff like this, people should immediately be going to jail. There should be hotlines, there should be numbers as Black people that we can call when situations like this are happening, because who's to say that in that situation she ended up calling the police, they came out, something actually did happen at the end of the day.
Right.
So I just think that either a Black business needs to create a device or a system or a hotline for us to call, track and record certain things, and to pursue, legal action. But at the end of the day, this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to keep it very cut and dry. because I've kind of seen, just with everything happening with the other gentleman that passed away recently in Minneapolis, the tide is changing.
Murdered. Say it right,
tide,
murdered.
exactly, murdered, honestly, in cold blood. But I don't know if anybody can tell, but the tide is changing. People are rioting, in the streets. There are women who are posting pictures with them in front of their houses with guns, letting them know that they will be protecting their sons. And like I said on the last show, it's to a point where we cannot be victims anymore. We're past being victims. We're past talking and recording and just keeping on with the same things month over month over month. I mean, how many people are we going to honestly let die before something actually happens at the end of the day? So the biggest thing that I want to say is just a heed of warning to all other races, no matter who you are, what you are. Tread lightly. Think about the things that you're doing and think about your actions, because it's eventually going to come with repercussions. And nobody's going to continue to just go through this week over week, month over month, year after year. How long do we have to be the victims? How long? So that's what Japan got to say about it. No more victims, no more victimization. Let's start fighting back. Let's get programs. Let's get something that is going to get us a real resolve outside of us having to talk about this every week on the brunch time and it being a sad, sad, sad story. Because eventually we're going to have to talk about our friends getting locked up from retaliating if something don't change.
And, I think that's the issue. I mean, America as an institution was built on racism, and when it comes down to it, the only way to end racism is to take a violent stand against it, to where racism is likened to pedophilia, where the way that racism is viewed should be how pedophilia is viewed, and they should be terrified to be caught. They should be terrified to, have outbursts. Because they know that there's no place in America for that, to where they feel like their life is in danger if a little bit of that racism seeps out. Just like I'm saying, like somebody who is a pedophile, they know if a little bit of, if they are found out that they have messed with little children, it's a wrap. Somebody will curb check them, bite that curb, kick them in the back of their head. That's how it has to be. That's how we have to treat racists. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a zero tolerance for racism and racist acts. And that's just honest, but that's illegal also. So it's how do you balance that? How do we balance illegal acts against racism? Because once you do it, you're kind of like a martyr, and you're gonna go to jail for it. You may lose your life. So that's my thoughts on it. On how to end it.
Definitely. But yeah, to directly answer your question too, going back to what I said last week, let's start creating laws. We need to be the creators of things. Like we said, they should be going to jail from this. It should be tracked. They should be listed as a known racist. How sexual offenders have to be listed, a known racist. You cannot be within 30 feet, 100 yards of a black delegation. At the end of the day.
I think wrong. They should be tapped if they have racist searches or if they're in racist chat rooms. Their phones should be tracked, and you should be like, "Oh, this is a non-racist. We gotta out them." Every racist should be outed immediately. There should be no hiding when it comes to racists. But on that note, we're gonna jump into our second break. And we'll be back with our Black business plug. Queens first.
Better eat that now. Don't let Japan look better than you. Japan ate up all his food.
Done. Been done. He over there babysitting.
He over here babysitting. He full. Come on, Jones. I had your back.
Come on, man. That's my third sandwich.
Man. That ain't nothing.
But the thing is, though, I had a triple. So, you know what? We're on the same level. I'm still done.
Did you eat the fries, Japan?
I ain't order fries. I don't like their fries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had 3 buns over here.
Yeah, 3 buns.
Buns.
All right, Jonesy, bring us back.
All right, and we are back, guys. Again, we are now at the Black Business Plug segment. Japan, go ahead, take it away.
What's good, world? It's your boy Japan, representing for all the gays across the land. We got a brand new DL, a few new trade, a couple of new Trish, and all of the fish. I'm bringing you today's Black Business Plug. It is going to be Queen's First Accessories. So this is one of our show supporters, a good friend of mine. I have watched this young lady grow for the past 4 years. I'm super excited to kind of share her business, share her journey, and just really just be able to elevate her in her light of success. But the CEO of Queen's First Accessories is going to be Miss Kiera Baker. Her business started in May of 2019. And I'm going to, excuse me, y'all. Y'all are only going to have to hear me for just a second. Hopefully that's okay. So normally what we do is we ask our Black business plugs a couple of interview questions. I had a really good time doing a live interview over the phone with Miss Kiera Baker. So the first question we asked is, when was the business established? She stated that it was established May 6th of 2020. The next question was, what motivated you to create your own business? And it was seeing so many African-American entrepreneurs being successful in their journey of business within the last few months has motivated her to. A message to other Black business owners that are trying to, currently get their business up or get a new business. She said, keep fear out of it and replace it with faith. And I'm going to repeat that again. Keep fear out of it and replace your fear with faith. And I absolutely love that. The last thing was, what do you want the world to know about your business? And she stated that she wants the world to know about her business, specifically to her Black queens, that all Black women, no matter what society and what the world says, are Black queens, and queens always come out on top. So that kind of concludes the interview from Queen's First Accessories. And if you guys want to actually check her out, you can go to her website, which is www.queensfirst.com. Search her at Queen's First on Instagram and Facebook, and use the code Queen's Brunch to get 5% off of some of the hottest shades that should be on the screen. So please check her out, like her page, follow her Instagram, check her website out. The website is bomb.com. I ordered me some shades today, so definitely order it. Check them out. It's summertime. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, visit her on Instagram, Facebook, or her website, www.queensfirst.com, or just check Brunch Time and we'll be able to give you any promo codes and any links to her direct page. And that concludes your Black Business Plug of the Week, Queen's First Accessories.
Dope. Make sure you guys go check out Queen's First Accessories for the plug on the shade. We're going to go ahead and jump into story time with Jonesy. So if you guys remember from last week, the premise was Jonesy goes to jail. Now, to be honest, I've been to jail a little bit of too many times, honestly. I've been to that county too many times. It's kind of sad. But this time that I went to the county, what was it for? Oh, I got pulled over in Edmond. They said I was riding the line. They lied. My boy
line between
Luca
light
was in the
skin
car
and white.
Yeah, right. They pulled me over, and my boy Luca, we was going to Hawaiian Dines for drinks, and he was in the car, and he was nervous. He was like, "Hey, man, I think I got a warrant out in Shawnee." I was like, "That's messed up, bro. They about to take you." And you can hear him on the intercom like, "Yeah, so warrant." I was like, "Oh yeah, they got him. He gone, fam." Listen, when I tell you they came back over there, it was like Byron Jones. It was like, what they say? You have a warrant for your arrest? I tried to act like I was about to cry. I was like, "Oh, for real?"
How old were you?
I was like, huh?
How old were you? Was this 19, Jonesy?
20, 21. I was 21, I think.
Did you
I
forget
was
you had a
21.
warrant?
I don't even remember it. You know what I'm saying? I was so careless that I wasn't paying tickets back then. It was from a ticket. And so basically he put me in handcuffs. He put me in the car. My boy Luke had to take my car or whatever. I get down to the county.
Wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
You know,
did your boy get locked up, or was it just you?
No, it was just me.
That's a prime
They didn't
example
pull
of bad
nothing
karma.
on his warrant.
That's what
Because
you
the
did.
second like he and Kurt when no boy was about to go to jail, he's like, oh, they
Listen, here's
thank
the thing.
you.
I'm over here pleading with the cop, like, hey man, can't you just let me go? I'll go pay the ticket, bro. He's like, it's a no bonds warrant. It's a no holds bond warrant or something. Basically meaning that since it was in another city, it was from Lawton, that I had to go straight to jail. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go. You just going to jail, fam. So we get down there. They book me or whatever. And mind you, I've been to jail before, so I know how the floor works. Last time I was in jail, I was in 2C. That means I was in the city pod, meaning it was just a ticket that I was trying to sit out. This time, they was like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and send you on the, I want to say they said it was the 12th floor. And there's a story about a guy named Trey Slaughter that he punched somebody's eyeball out.
Oh, yeah.
Around the time I believe he was residing on that 12th floor. 12th floor means you going to prison. And since it was a no holds bond or something like that, to where I couldn't get a bond, they said I had to go up to the 12th floor because I was a flight risk. So I'm over here tripping like, dang, I already know about the 12th floor. And while we were in like this little gym inside the prison or inside the jail, and that like I got a B on my arm. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all can see, but I got a B on my arm. And, you know, we had on these they put us in those little orange jumpsuits. And somebody was like, hey, what that B stand for, cuz? I was like, oh, yeah, my B just stand for Byron, bro. They was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm like, man, I ain't even trying to be up here. And that's when he started reading out the list. He was like, Byron, you're going to the 12th floor. I said, what? This is a ticket, bro. Like, it's a no bond warrant. That means you got to go. You're a flight risk.
And at that moment, that B stood for bet.
Who break out of the county, fam? Who break out of the county? You hear me? I don't know who break out of the county. So let me tell you what happened. So I remember it like it was yesterday. They was like, all right, come on. I'm like, man, I ain't going to the 12th floor. And then it was a black dude. He was real tall. And then there was this Mexican dude. His name was Sergeant Sanchez. To this day, if Sergeant Sanchez wants these hands, I will smash that fool on God. I was like, I ain't going. He was like, oh yeah, you going. I was like, I'm not going to the 12th floor over no dang ticket, fam. Like, it's murderers, baby eaters, killers, everything up there. I'm not going to the 12th floor. And he's like, oh no, you going. And so they put me in this little hold, right? Like they had me like all bent up. And it was like, you going. I'm like, I'm not going. And they like started choking me out. And he was like, the other dude had my wrist. And he was like, I'm going to break it. I'm going to break it. I was like, break it. Just do it. Because then you're going to take me over to that mid floor. And then you got a lawsuit on your hands. And so here's where it all kicked in. And like, this is one of the most embarrassing stories. This is where it kicked in. They're dragging me through this little turnstile to be on the 12th floor. I don't know this black dude's name, but he was an angel. Because he said, but what he said, it saved me and it also hurt me. As they were trying to put me through this turnstile to be on the 12th floor with these animals, he says, hey man, we can't take them in there. They done already seen them weak. They was dragging me, bro. And when he said that, I sobered up hella quick. I said, dang, you sure right. They put me on the 6th floor, which wasn't much better. But I mean, I just had to go in there just like a G. You know what I'm saying? And my cellie, he was cool. You know, if you've ever been to jail, every time you go to jail, you're going to get a cellie to tell you about a lick that they're going to hit when they get out. Like, fool, you in jail. What is you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm going to just go take this stuff and return it to PetSmart and they gonna give me the cash. When they give me the cash, we can split it. Like, I'm like, bro, chill out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my story. Jonesy goes to jail. I went to jail.
Saved by the cops.
You said what?
You was taken to jail to be saved by the guards.
To be saved by the guard. You know what I'm saying? And I probably sat in there.
That's the light skin privilege.
Yep.
Yeah. I ain't even call nobody when I was in there because I was so ashamed. Like, yeah, I went to jail at Hawaiian Dons. They said I was riding the line in Edmond. They lied.
Hawaiian, like Jennifer said in chat, Hawaiian Dons is that's how you get caught up. When you went to Hawaiian Dons was your first mistake. You shouldn't have even went there.
Hey, y'all ain't had the fishbowl?
Man, there ain't nothing good that comes out of Hawaiian Dons. That's a stomach ache.
What you mean?
That's a stomach ache.
This was the Hawaiian Dons
You
in
be
Edmond.
sick, toe up from the flow up.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't the Hawaiian Dons on 10th Street. This was the Hawaiian Dons in Edmond.
Oh, no, that's a trap. That is a trap.
Now, here's the thing.
That is,
Don't
I'm
get it
going to
twisted.
get you, sucker. Trap.
Right, what were you thinking? You did better going to the one on 10.
I was about to say, don't sleep
Where was
on
the Hawaiian Dons in
The
Edmond?
Hawaiian Dons on 10th is litty. Don't get it twisted.
Wasn't it on Broadway?
Yeah, it was on Broadway.
Yeah, in between like 15th and 2nd Street. I
I'm so
think.
sorry, Jen.
Uh-huh.
She said it got her 13
Left
months in the
side.
county.
But
Ew.
I got 13 months in the county. What?
You know that video that we shared today? 2020 got you sick like that. That's
Yeah.
how sick you would be. Just like that.
What you mean? I'd be super sick.
who did 13 months in the county?
I couldn't do 5 days. Them 5 days.
Our
She
top
said that is
fan.
a trap, Black and Edmond.
You know,
Jennifer, we need to know what you did. Put it in the
Yeah, we're
comments.
gonna have to.
You
We're gonna
do.
have to have
Yes.
Jennifer's
We
story on
need
the
to time
show.
her. I was going to time her in.
she needs to hit up. She didn't hit up the. What will Judy do?
Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
We need to know
Yes.
what happened. We need to know what.
Send that in
Send us
tonight
your
so we can
story.
talk about it out in the after hours, Jen. Send it in tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
So
If you send it into the message, we'll talk about it on Brunch Time After Hours. And that'll be aired on our Patreon.
Yes.
oh, she was a thug. Okay, she's
Give her a thug.
I respect
Oh,
you.
okay, don't say it yet. Don't say it yet.
I ain't gonna say it.
We ain't going to
She
go
a
into
thug.
detail.
Okay.
Maybe, 'cause
Well,
she's a thug.
Jonesy, does that conclude Jonesy's story?
That is going to conclude Jonesy's story time. Next week on Japan Theater, Japan himself will be watching Menace to Society, and he will be giving his review and rating it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Judy.
Hey, y'all. What's up? That was fun for now, but we got to get back to our everyday lives. We got work in the morning. But in the meantime, please go like our sponsors at Queen's First Accessories on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also find our show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Brunch Time It Is. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to ask Judy tonight on Brunch Time After Hours. Leave your kids at home.
Yes. And lastly, do not forget about our sponsor's website, www.queensfirst.com. Check out her website as well as the Instagram and the Facebook.
Right, and make sure you come hang out with me on patreon.com /brunch time.
So next time, folks,